you know, seems kind of archaic now just to call someone up and go, yeah, I'll meet you somewhere at 2 o'clock and then take it from there. It's a lot easier now in a way, but it's also a lot harder. The authorities have cracked down on it. There's cameras everywhere in London, absolutely everywhere. I do feel sorry for writers who are trying to do illegal stuff because it is a lot harder, and half the time if you're in a yard doing something you shouldn't be doing, probably someone's more likely to think you're a terrorist than you are a graffiti writer. So they kind of get more suspicious, I suppose, if people are doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing. If you're climbing around things you're not supposed to be there, then people are going to assume something far worse really than just mere vandalism, I think. But it's by all the marketing companies and everyone who thinks it's trendy, and all the big, you know, games manufacturers and what have you, they'll tap into the graffiti language as a sort of youth code, you know, let's appeal to the youth of the street by doing something that looks vaguely urban. And half the time it isn't a graffiti writer who's done it, it's some artist somewhere who just does that street style, and I think it's been hijacked, which I feel kind of possessive about it to a certain degree.
So what do you think about Banksy, who's someone that's kind of taken it, and do you think it's a sellout to take it into galleries in a way?
Well, I've got a whole issue about whether or not, graffiti, Banksy is graffiti anyway. Anyone can, not a stencil really. My mum could go and stencil on a wall, do you know what I mean? I don't think it's anything particularly special. And also what I think about Banksy is he actually has a political message, he's trying to say something. I was never trying to say anything, all I was trying to do was get my tag around London. And it's one of the most almost selfish, narcissistic things you can do is go around and vandalise other people's property with your name. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm not stop the war in Palestine and, you know, all this kind of stuff, which is a fair play to him, but I think people have bypassed his message completely and all they think is cha-ching and how much is it worth. So I think he's, or I know for a fact that, well, someone said that he's created a bit of a monster, and I don't think that he likes what it's become.
So did you get into any trouble when you were doing it?
I did, yeah, not too much, because being a female one isn't really, it doesn't look like a graffiti writer, I suppose. I got arrested for shoplifting, and even then they didn't think for a second that I was, a vandal. I just said it was for an art project, the spray paint that I'd stolen, and that was that really. Was let off for a caution. I've been shouted at by a couple of people and I've been chased by the police and what have you, but no, nothing serious at all. Yeah, I spent 4 hours in the cell for the spray paint, and that was it. It didn't deter me in any way at all. It actually made me more kind of vehement in my attitude to carry on nicking things and vandalising stuff.